Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the series 31 days of trying new palettes, or if you're newer here, welcome. My name is Zoe and in the month of December I'll be trying out a new palette every day, or a palette that's new to me. And you might think, if you've not been following the series, but it's like the 9th and you're uploading the 7th day. I know. Um, there was some problem with uploading yesterday and I've been sick for 2 days, but I'm gonna catch them up hopefully this weekend if nothing weird happens. I'm still not feeling 100%, but I'm feeling a lot better. So I have been able to do the past 2 days, I think. But on Monday and Tuesday, it just wasn't feeling too well. And today's palette that I'm going to be using is the e.l.f. Beauté Scarlet Dusk palette. Very pretty packaging, like black and rose gold. And I'm just priming my eyes as I was explaining. So this month I'll be using 31 eyeshadows and I'll be ranking them at the end of the month. So if you want to see a little bit about how I think the palettes wore and what palettes I like the best, you can see that at the end of the month. So I just primed my eyes with the Camouflage Cream Concealer by Catrice, as I've been doing for the past days. And now I'm gonna get my brush and I'm gonna start getting into the actual eyeshadow. I don't know what I want to do yet. I just know that I really want to use that bright pink shade right there, that one. So, and maybe the bright orange as well. So let's just start there. I'm gonna go into Crimson, which is the bright orange, and I'm just gonna place it there. I'm just gonna place this there. I'm just gonna blend that out a little. That's weird. I thought that actually was gonna be an orange. Huh? Maybe because of my base that it's turning out so pink, but like Crimson looks like a literal orange, like in the pan, like that shade. This shade on my eyes. I don't know, maybe it looks like a similar shade to you guys, but to me, it's like more of like a neon pink. But not that I mind the shade, it's just not what I was expecting. So I'm kind of gonna blend that like halfway through. I do have to say that I don't know if this is the new or the old formula. I think it's the older formula. Now I'm gonna go into the shade Pink Moon and I'm just gonna apply that more so on the outer corner. Oh yeah, that's definitely a different shade. For a sec I was like, that's exactly the same shade, but it's not. It's much more pinky and undertone. The blend out is sort of similar though, like I do have to admit that. It's like the same sort of blend out, but the base is very different. So what I want to do in a second is I want to make sure I'm going to really build up that crimson shade. But I think I'm not necessarily going to do it only in the inner corner, but just like all out. Like that. Just like kind of blend it. Like that. Not bad. Next step is just, I'm gonna kind of remove a little bit of that color. I want to do a little bit of the darker shade, so I'm gonna go into Sangria with the side of the brush and just use that to deepen up the crease. So I'm just gonna place it right there in the crease. I don't know if you're able to see, but there's just this darker edge in the crease, just like right there. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. I do have to say, like, even though this might be the old formula, I don't know if it is, but this is a very like placeable eyeshadow. So like this, normally when I would use a dark shade like this, it would literally go everywhere and I couldn't really place it right. But this shadow, it just goes on exactly where I wanted to, and that's it. Like it doesn't like go flying around or go being like living its own life, which sometimes it sounds weird, but shades can definitely do that sometimes. It's like a very vast formula. Also, like, it's not very powdery or anything like that. I do want to put out a base, I think, so I'm gonna take this shade. Yeah, what I'm gonna do, I think that I'm gonna take the shade Bahamas, which is like a berryish pink. Yeah, I think that's a good decision. And I'm gonna throw that on the outer corner of the lid, just as kind of like a base shade to make sure that I have some color underneath the shimmer. Not that we always need that, but I just felt like I needed that today. Now I'm gonna take my, oh wait, I'm gonna take you through the mattes first because I didn't show you obviously. So I used this and then this on the like the upper crease, and then I put this. Yeah, this is a darker shade near my like actual crease, and then good talking. And then this is the shade that I put like on the outer part of the lid. All dirty fingerprints over this mirror because of me not trying to blind you with the mirror itself. Okay, now I'm gonna take some glitter, water-based glitter glue. I always use that to prime my eyes for shimmers because I have very combo eyelids, which sounds so weird, but my eyelids can be super irritated and dry, and but also at the same time can be very oily. So in my case, shimmers will almost always get into the crease by the end of the day, especially in winter time, because for some reason then my dry eyelids produce extra oil. So it's kind of weird, but I feel like my eyelids are actually producing oil because they're so dry. It's good, I think. Now I'm going to put it into the inner corner a bit as well, but I'm not going to leave it just at that. I just used the shade Aurora, which is this darker like berry pink, but I also want to use a little bit of hibiscus, which is this bright orange. I'm going to put that in the center of the lid. These shimmers do take like a little bit building up if you're not putting them over a glitter glue, but that's okay. I don't mind glitter that needs a little bit of filling up. And then I'm gonna go into the shade Maui. I'll show you in a sec shade that is. But you know what I was just wondering? Like my head is like always going like 12 kilometers per hour or like 10 miles an hour or whatever you want to call it. But I was like, do eyeshadow palettes with brill, it's brill in English, brill exist? Because that would be so cool if you could watch like a tutorial and they are very like explained very well, and then you're just like blind, but you can like brill the shades and do the same thing basically. I don't know if that's the thing. So I just used this shade on like more of the inner portion and the center of the lid, and then this shade in the inner corner. It is a very bright look. I'm gonna be honest about it. Like it's not like, for a lot of people this wouldn't be every day, but for me, I don't care. For me, this is every day. And I'm actually gonna go to my internship like this, and I'm gonna tell you they're fine with it. Don't worry about me. But I'm gonna put some mascara on, and then I'm gonna give you my impression of this palette. It does have a nice sized mirror. I'm gonna start with that. It has a nice decent mirror. The packaging, like outside, looks very sleek and very like not necessarily expensive, but good, you know? Like it doesn't always have to be expensive to look good. It's a good looking packaging. Inside is a little bit like, because it's black shimmery paper, I think. Cardboard, it's just a little bit more like not expensive, but like it's Ace Beauté, it's a indie brand. It's like I'd rather have them putting all the effort in a great formula than in a super wonderful packaging, to be fairly honest, because at the end of the day it's about the eyeshadows. And at the end of the day, let's be honest, I take out a palette for its outside packaging when I do take out palettes for their packaging. So if you are a person that really has a lot of, adds a lot, like, no, feels a lot of value for inside packaging, then this might not be for you. But like the outside looks really great, and all the other, like, look at this. This looks really nice. It's like a soft matte black packaging with like a rose gold like design on it. Okay, this palette roundup. Yeah, I actually really enjoy this palette. It was very nice. Not all the shades are exactly true to color, so that's kind of something I need to try out this palette a few times more for to see, like, because sometimes it can be very hard if a palette is not true to color, which means that a palette looks, oh my god, you can see my piles of palettes in the background. Okay, sorry. It can be hard if a palette's not true to color, but for this look I didn't have any problems with that. I don't know if any other shades are like that, so I would need to try it again for that. However, I do really like how this look turned out. It's very like, if you see this palette, I think personally this is the look that I imagine, but you could go like dark and a little bit more grungy. So you have your options. You have some oranges, some pinks, so I think the variety is there. I think it's a good shade mix as well, the oranges with the pinks. I do like the formula a lot so far. Again, I bought this off of someone else, so I have no clue if it's the old or the new. But yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed. I think I could definitely see myself using this again. I don't have, like, I do have pink palettes and I do have orange palettes, but I don't have this kind of shade of palette, I think. So I could see myself reaching for this palette again, like especially like in summer or like the end of spring or like around that time when I want like a bright fun eye. But I don't think it's like unfitted for winter, which we're in right now. I think it's actually kind of cute as well. So that's all about this palette. I would recommend it if you can pick it up and you like the color story, because it is very bright and like almost monochromatic. So don't like go out and buy this if this is not your type of color story. That's it for today. That's it for this palette. Thank you so much for watching again for day 7. Yeah, day 7 I think of this series, and I'll see you in my next video tomorrow, probably tomorrow, for day 8. Thank you. Bye.